there, hey there. Whoa. Whoa, dude, alright. Hey there, hey there, hey there, are you ready? Let's go play Atelier Yumia. Alright, whoa. Alright, things are remaining stable for now, that's good. Alright, now. Alright, seems like things are stable. Alright, now just wait for the action to start. Alright, wait for everything to, load in. Alright, now, so we're shopping for answers in the Badlands, yeah. I don't know if we're gonna like whatever the answer is gonna be that we're looking for this investigation that we're part of. Yeah, we're doing an investigation for a the neighboring kingdom into the ruins of this area. It's an indie. Oh, thank you. I certainly am an indie. Hi, Lightning Boomer, what's up? Thank you again for, subbing, I highly appreciated that. You're always welcome to do that, but you don't really need to if you really want, but I appreciate it. Yeah. You guys are all cute, yeah. Alright, you guys, remember, Lightning Boomer, you were cute, and you've been with me for a long, long time, so, well, of course, I do it because I want to support you all. I appreciate that, yeah. Alright, now, no, there's no cute bat in it, Ben. You're the one who's cute. You're the one who's bringing cuteness here. Yeah, you guys are all cute. Yeah, all of you. Yes, you. All of you. No. Thank you for the head pats. That doesn't mean I'm cute. Don't get the wrong idea. It's not because I'm cute or anything. It's because I appreciate the head pats. Yeah. Back it. Stretch them thighs and wings. I will probably do that. Alright, well, I'll skip the opening since that's copyrighted, yeah? No, I'm not cute. 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 Alright, maybe the Genai are like homunculi that were made by the Empire. That would explain why we're finding robot parts from them. Probably, cheaper to, make robot minions and workers for your empire that are basically homunculi. I am not Sindri. I'm 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 not Sindri. Then you said you're not cute sometimes. I counted. What, you actually kept count? You actually kept count. No, but I'm not cute. But I'm not cute. I'm not cute. No. Not cute. Not cute. Back up. Oh, hey, what's over here? Alright, to the old Chief's house, alright. Seems like there's something going on over here that we haven't, solved yet. Oh, please excuse me. Sorry, my throat felt like it was, closing up because of gas. Alright, now, just, we have to, raise the volume just a little bit. Alright, now, I wish it wouldn't take so long to load, everything in this game. I'm on the Switch, but, it's kind of poorly optimized for the Switch. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, now. I kinda want to get an animation of, Enamati, doing a little dance, or like, sort of like that once, or like, yeah, sort of like Seiya. Sort of like Sakagime. Yeah, but Evil Skeleton in the house, hey, Foam Swordsman. Pebbles is a VTuber? Yeah, you should do Pebbles as a VTuber if you can, yeah. I want you to do that, yeah. Hey, Foam Swordsman, what's up? Foam Swordsman's here, that's good. He was kind of present for one of my recent big streams. Right now, where is that, Right now, there must be some way to get inside. Wait a minute, we're supposed to push this aside? Alright, now let's push this aside and see what's behind it. Let's see what's behind here. There's gotta be something good in here. There's gotta be something in here. Right now, there doesn't appear to be anything here in particular. Wait, unless it's right above. Oh, strange. Alright, now let's look around just a little. Oh, wait. Oh, here it is. For me, Halloween, Friday the 13th, talk, Morning Stars of VTuber. Uh-oh. Alright now. Alright now, Flammy, look, alright. Look at me, 2 living fireballs today? Oh, nice. Maybe we could, set up an energy. Alright now, let's set up a... Alright now, check the path of the mana flow. Maybe that'll work? There might be a disruption in the mana flow somewhere. Pioneering the fishing village. Alright now. Something's, disrupting the mana. Alright now, something we're disrupting the mana in this area in particular. Alright now, let's go check it out. Blaze and Ember. Ember is a little bit messed up in this creation, but he's special and we love him. No, that's good. Alright now. Alright now, are they like little... what kind of fireballs are they? Are they like blue fireballs? Yeah, I kind of... Alright now, if I were a special event and wanted to hide myself from, prying eyes, where would I hide? Alright, my guess is I would probably hide down below. Alright, is there a ladder somewhere? Right now, where's that ladder at? Alright, now, Alright, where is the ladder? Alright, that's weird. Wait, can I shoot down that wall? Let me check. Oh, I can. Nice. Alright, that gets me in here. Alright, now I kind of figured that might be the case. Oh wait, there's nothing down here. Alright, maybe it's not right here. Cross with Kirby? Like Fantasia? It looks like the ones from Fantasia cross with Kirby? Oh, nice. That sounds, really nice. I mean, Kirby and Fantasia are both, very good properties. Alright, now. Hey, why is there a pack of monsters here? Is that maybe the reason why the mana flow is bad? Alright, now, maybe. I mean, they just look like regular monsters, but we shouldn't have too much trouble with them. Now, I'm using Linja and Redger because I find them the most relatable. Yeah, I think other characters might be a little bit better, though. Alright, now, did we get them all? Did we get all of them? Alright, now. Oh yeah, Kirby starts by beating a tree, ends with destroying actual HP Lovecraft entities. Yeah, that is very true, yeah, of Kirby. Yeah, in fact, I need to play more Kirby games if I can. Yeah, I need to play more Kirby games. One of my favorites is, Kirby's Dream Land 2. Uh-oh. Those look like golems. Well, what is that? They look like alright, it must be security. Golems, turn on the village facilities, wake them up. Sorry now. Now Alchemist worked in the lab. Uh-oh, maybe one of the divine blessings of spirits, uh-huh. Are we sure about that, Itzy? Alright, now we're gonna have to fight a couple golems, but that's okay, they're very easy. Where you have, like, really overpowered gear. I made sure to build a bunch of weapons before I came here. I built a 3rd tier of weapons. Yeah, and they're, like, really, really strong, so we shouldn't have too much trouble. Hey, look, a memory file. Let's check that out. Alright, let's check what it contains. It's gotta have some sort of vital clue or information. Alright, now, scanning complete. Blueprints for facilities from a past civilization. Oh, wow. What a find. Alright, now. Alright, now, can we check? Alright, now, what sort of facility does it make? Alright, now. Alright, now, is there anything else I'm supposed to do in this region? Wait, there is. Alright, I guess I'll go to the remote fishing harbor. Alright, now. Alright, alright, now. Alright, now, what are we gonna do? Oh, that must be the... Alright, now. Research team has set up camp here. That's good for me. Half the food here goes to the storeroom. Alright. Alright, now. My name is Intense Team Member, yeah. You can tell I'm an NPC because I'm not, horribly over-designed. Yeah, you can tell, who the main characters are because they're, like, super over-designed and, very distinct. Although in the Atelier games, although NPCs in video games as of recently have been getting a lot more distinct. Though my favorite NPCs are, in Kiba's Beat, yeah. They don't even get a model. Yeah, the ones in the Kiba's Beat don't even get models. unless they're very specific. Alright, now am I done with this little area? Alright, now. Crafting quest. Fisherman's Peril. I don't need to do any of these quests. Alright, now look. Alright, now, alright, Relic Hunter. Alright, now, what do you need? Fisherman's Peril, huh? Alright, now that's you tell him support, even though my combat abilities are freaking awesome. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to have somebody strong and reliable we can, rely on. For lots of things, really. Alright, now. Whoa, what? Whoa, there's stuff to do on the... Oh, right, yeah. Whoa, there's, like, stuff to do over here, dude. Alright, I might as well go on over. Training dummies don't get to fight. Or... I am essentially unreliable because I am not allowed to fight the enemy or any other capacity other than training. Hey, I can help you. I can help you with fighting. I can help you with fighting, but I need to put you in a dream. But I need to put you in a dream world, mate. I need to put you in a dream world. Yeah, that's basically how I train to be a hero. Yeah, by going into a dream world and awakening my true art. I was kind of in there for 1,000 years, but it was physically only around a couple nights. She turned out to be completely different from what we thought. When we talk about the forbidden thoughts, I thought she'd be purifying, but she's surprisingly normal. When I talked to her, it was kind of anticlimactic. She seems like a very serious about her work too. She isn't a bad person by any means. Oh look, they think Atelier Yumia is a good person. That's really nice. I like that. Maybe those two are talking about forbidden arts or whatever. I'm surprised to hear they changed their minds. I wonder if that's really good though. It's great that I'm accepted as a team member, but there are still undoubtedly dangerous aspects of alchemy. Yeah, as we just learned. As we learned from the last region, where the villains were kind of get one of the memory files we found. They were kind of doing human experimentation, and also Rucker kind of almost got his soul fried by alchemy that was kind of messing around with his memories. Rucker is 90 cents a day a minute. Alright, now wait, alright. That's because he's constantly slacking off. He always goes so lying with people where people can't get mad and he's not breaking orders with a look on his face. But well, he does keep his word and does what he's told, even if he complains, but I guess he has his own principles. Oh. Alright, now, sounds a bit like some people I know. Sounds a bit like some people who do. Alright, now, alchemy is crazy like that? Yeah, doing human experimentation, like your Shell Tucker is probably not a good way to do alchemy. And I'm not gonna lie. From your hair to your head to your paws, everything about you is so soft and fluffy. I can't believe how cute you are, Linja. Wait, what? Nina, what are you doing? What are you doing? Beastmen parts are, especially sensitive, Adorable, I could pet you forever. Can I feel too? Yeah, let's be nice. Alright now. Linja, where are you to this office? I want to feel too. Office at Yumia, have you been captivated by this fluff too? Oh no. Please, no being captivated. Knock it off, you two. Linja's clearly not enjoying this. Don't worry, Linja's fine. But why, my parents were human monsters have been meshing me on Discord. No. Well, if your parents are, monsters, then, I guess they have their, well, if your parents are monsters, that probably makes things tough, when you have the family get-togethers. Stuffed animals? Even though I can't help but want to touch when I see something fluffy. Please, I'm just kind of scared now. Oh, please don't look at me like that. Stuffed animals, huh? If you want fluffy stuff so much, do you surround yourself in them while you sleep? Not anymore, but I used to have a body pillow! It's one of my favorite ones! It's my favorite one. Oh no, Nina canonically has a body pillow. It's soft to touch and holding it puts me to sleep instantly. And most importantly of all, it's incredibly cute. Oh no. I can't bring it with me, a sigh. Oh no, she has a body. I'm not gonna get her new body pillow, Nina's a weeb. Nina's a weeb. Nina's a weeb. No, Nina's a weeb. Lena's a degenerate weeb. No. That's probably why, Lynn was freaking out. It's because she's a weeb. No. She sees Cat Girl and goes nuts. No. She sees Cat Girl and goes nuts. That's pretty funny, not gonna lie. Alright, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to have these targets to get that chest. Well, I don't know, given how this game has been going so far. Handy body pillow. What a good case for a sparring dummy. What, you want to spar using me as a pillow? But you should be sleeping with me, not, beating me up. You should be sleeping with me, not beating me up. I wish I could get a body pillow and a body, yeah. For all you guys. Then you guys could sleep with me. Yeah, I'm saying so stuff on purpose so I get clipped. Yeah, it's pretty funny, not gonna lie. Yeah, all the cool VTubers do it, yeah. All the cool VTubers do it, while, I do it and I'm wildly unpopular. No suspended with pulled noodle arms equipped with weapons. What? No. No. Body pillows will... Oh, no. Body pillows will get, broken... will get ripped and torn very easily, though. I mean... Well, is there anything you can't make? What do you mean? When someone wants something, you can always make it. So I was wondering if there was something you can't make. Oh, no. Of course, there's lots of things. But I'm pretty good at what I do, so I guess I can make most things people can imagine. If they want to fly, I want something for flying through the sky. Actually, that's a coincidence. Just make a glider. The sky, well then. Yeah, just make a glider. Like all the cool Breath of the Wild, like all the cool games that are inspired by Breath of the Wild that, decide to rip that mechanic off. Yeah, hopefully Nintendo doesn't, copyright, gliders and then sue everybody. Nintendo would 100% do that, so that they can be the only ones that do that. Considering they're trying to copyright people for, bolt catching mechanics. Alright, we're not gonna, rag on Nintendo for the entire stream, okay? Alright, I will attach costume between the bat wings to the pillow contraption for added effect. No! Where are you going to get the bat wings? Let's climb the huge tree, yeah. Right, whatever, so, alright now. Now, saying by Chief, alright now. There's something about it that's bothering me, huh? Yeah, we do need to, reach that. We need to touch that. You have an idea of how to get there? Go on. I think the place out the meta-transporting turrets, I might be a good idea to go from there. Any specific reason why? The name sounds like it has something to do with alchemy. Well, I was kind of, sus of that factory as well. So I kind of want to go over there, too. Alright, now let's go. Technically, 2 pairs are Demon's Wing, the Dark Angel, White Angel wings. I have Phoenix wings. I have mechanical wings set. 2 sets. No, mechanical wings. That sounds, kind of cool. Yeah, mechanical lean sounds kind of cool, not gonna lie. I don't know, that kind of reminds me of, that kind of reminds me of Batten Kaitos. You guys remember Batten Kaitos, don't you? In fact, I'm pretty sure I got Inaben, Batten Kaitos as a gift one time. Yeah, hopefully one day he plays it. Hopefully one day he plays it, he'll probably have a lot of fun if he does that. Oh well, I probably shouldn't pressure him to do that. That might get really annoying. Oh hey, animals. Oh hey, a cute kitty. Nice kitty. Alright, we love our little fur babies, yeah. We love our cute, adorable tsundere fur babies. Although my favorite cute, adorable tsundere fur babies are, definitely bunnies. Yeah, bunnies are one of the most cute, adorable tsundere creatures ever. Yeah, I can't begin to tell you how cute, bunnies are. Yeah, that was a cool game, yeah. Yeah, Batten Kaitos, Batten Kaitos was very unique, but I don't know if there's ever gonna be another one because I think the rights on that are up in the air. Wait, does Nintendo even have that? Alright, is that Noob Dead Evil Doom out? Yeah, I don't know actually. Wait, is that out? It's basically a Heretic. Oh. Alright, Linja, what's going on? Alright now. Well, Linja is actually incredibly cute. If everyone looks so tired, it's been a while since. Alright now. I'll go ask what's going on. Hold on, I'll come with you. I'm not opposed, I want it. The monsters around here are just really strong. Fighting them at once leaves you completely exhausted. Alright now. Alright now. Sure I can lend a bunch of... Sure I can... That's certain that but they'll give up if they lose sight of their prey. Alright now. It's time for alchemy to find... Alright, it's time for alchemy to find a way to shine. Alright now. Alright, oh no, we need 30 smoke bombs. Alright now. Yeah, we need like 30 smoke bombs. Alright now, way to escape monsters, very easily. Alright now. We need to make like a ton of smoke bombs. Alright, I'm pretty sure I have enough of them. Oh, I don't have enough of them right now. Alright, do I not have enough of them? Alright, do I have enough of them? Yeah, there we go. Alright, we just need a few more. My Doom guy has gone to Mars West. We put on the Corsair Moon. They killed his pet bunny. Yeah, they killed his pet bunny. Yeah, poor Doom guy. Demons killed his pet bunny, so he's gonna kill every last one of them. I like that. I kinda like that as a backstory for, a vengeful hero that, decides to kill Hell. That actually is pretty, I like that. Makes Doom guy, extra special, yeah. If I'm gonna be, 100% honest. I mean, have you ever seen, how much pet owners love their pets? You guys know how much pet owners love their pets, right? So, Doom guy really wanting to kill all of Hell because, they killed his pet, It's basically him, it's basically him being John Wick, basically. It's basically him going John Wick on him. Alright now. Yeah, alright now. Oh, we found a tunnel that leads to the shopping district. Of course, I have been over here earlier, but, I decided to find a tunnel. I decided, act like I found a tunnel, all on my own and be like, whoa, I found a tunnel, that leads over to the shopping district. Oh, there's a bunch of giant enemy crabs here. No, no, watch out. It's Cinnabon's, #1 nightmare. Giant enemy crabs. We need to drop the elevator on him. That kind of reminds me of my, playthrough of Order of Ecclesia. When I last played Order of Ecclesia, I kind of knew what I was doing, and, I kind of, did really well at it. I remember grinding for hours in the skeleton cave, yeah. On those skeleton friskies, to level up. Because I was trying to, level up my fire and light attribute. Fire, light, and slash and blunt attribute. Because I knew, fire, slash, and light was, going to be Dracula's weakness. And then I kind of, beat Dracula by kind of cheesing him. Yeah, Dracula in Order of Ecclesia, unless you do the cheese strat, he's, extremely tough. Yeah, Annabelle had a real rough time with, with old Dracula. Annabelle had it real rough with, Dracula. But, Doom Guy's money, kind of looks a little like, Annabelle a little bit. Not gonna lie. Kind of the same coloration. But I would, I would definitely kill all of hell if, they killed my pet bunny. Yeah, that's just on top of, all the terrible things that, hell has done, really. That's just on top of all the terrible things that hell has done, really. Considering that demons and, Doom are, chaotic evil things that, kind of destroyed Earth, didn't they? So them just killing, the pet bunny, kind of just made it, extra personal, Alright, now let's get this mana bound zone clear. Might as well get that mana bound zone clear. I have faith in my bunny being able to beat hell. You think Annabelle could beat hell? Yeah, we need to get Annabelle to play Doom then. Yeah, we need to get Annabelle into Doom, yeah. Yeah. I mean, usually Annabelle doesn't really... usually Annabelle plays platformers and RPGs. We need to get him into, a hardcore, intense shooter game of, Doom. That'll be really fun for him. They are very determined. I have no doubt that, Annabelle's determination will take him far. He has the potential to go where no bunny has ever gone before. Deja vu. I just muted in this space before. Alright, now just one lock. Oh, please excuse me, I'm sorry. Alright, there are a few bags of wheat, some water. Oh, what are these? Alright, scrappy unis. Alright, anything else in this... Huh, why was this place, locked up? I don't get why this place was, locked up. Oh, well. Oh, wait, I should probably, I should probably touch this. Plus, the last one is really about 3D platforming. Yeah, that's true. It's sort of like, yeah, that's true. It's sort of like, Metroid Prime. First-person platforming. To be honest, I wasn't a fan of the first-person platforming in, Metroid Prime, but, it's really whatever, really. Oh boy, we have dinosaurs. Alright, we have dinosaurs? Alright, I'll just, okay. Alright, now. If I had a game for every RPG and, if I had a nickel for every RPG I played where you had to fight dinosaurs, I'd have, honestly, quite a bit of nickels, really. Alright, dinosaurs seem to make an appearance in a lot of video games, really. But, not a lot of them, primarily focus on fighting dinosaurs, though. Which, kind of reminds me of, Use 8. Yeah, Use 8 was a very good game, yeah. Yeah, I should really replay Use 8 one day. I would love to do that. Oh, come on, why is this entire zone, causing the game to lag? Alright, this entire zone is kind of causing the game to lag a little bit. Hey, Lex, what are you doing here? Lex, what are you doing here? No, I was led by some Volver footprints, uh-oh. Cooperation of locals who lived here where no humans is crucial to our pioneering efforts. Oh, yeah. Sometimes, alright, now. Alright, now, sometimes even when they're not expecting at all. Find out of your settlement nearby, huh? Alright, now we might be able to, we might be able to find them, and if there's an outer settlement nearby, we should probably definitely find that. Alright, let's see what's on the map. Alright, now. Alright, there's still another mana-bound zone. Wow, this area is quite big. Water storage facility. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff to do in this region. Alright, where do I go first? There's a lot of stuff to do in this region, so I better, well, no time like the present to get started. Alright, now, a lot of this will be me, going around, finding small shrines and all that. Alright, just to warn you, a lot of this will be me finding small shrines and all that. Kinda need to do that. Alright, there's something, I see something up above. I see something up above upon this, railway that looks like it's been part of London. Alright, now, can I shoot those from here? Oh, I can. Wait, I see a small shrine over there. Alright, I see something up there. Right now, where's the third switch? Now, if I were to third switch... Now, if I were to third switch to that, past where would I hide? Oh, wait. I guess that's it right over there. Alright, now, there we go. Alright, now, there's gotta be something good in that chest. I mean, I can make better items than, what I find in chests, but, sometimes they have that, but sometimes they do have, trait seeds. They do have traits inside of them, so I might as well get those. Alright, now I might as well activate the small shrine. Alright, now... Alright, that's a line. Right now, there's something up above, huh? Alright, can I get over there from right here? No, I cannot. Alright, there must be another side to this, then. Maybe there's a broken wall right here. Ah, here we are. Alright, oh wait. Alright, now I will just grab this, I'll just grab this. Might as well grab some more memory fret. Might as well grab some more of those precious memories. Although it kind of makes me, it's a bit creepy if, you're messing around with memories that, are basically that of dead people. Seeing as mana is basically, life returned to the earth. Which means it's kind of in a constant cycle if everything, comes from mana and then, just dissolves into mana. And that kind of reminds me of how fairies, it kind of reminds me of how, tulpas, when things that are descended from tulpas, when they die, they just, kind of dissolve into aether. That's just kind of how things work in my world. So we just turn into sparkly bits and, are no more. Of course, it's very different, it's very different if you're a human, I guess. It's very different when you're human, though. Since, those, obviously leave bodies behind. Yeah, I don't know about other things other than that, though. Yeah, since those also do exist. Yeah, I don't think Celestials in universe can die, but, except maybe the traders of the goddess of creation, because they're kind of cut off from, the goddess anyway. And then we become undead? Oh, no. No, undead, undead are very specific. Yeah, undead in the lore do exist too, yeah. Some of them are the products of curses, some of them are the product of, people dying. And in fact, there's a whole realm where, where the good dead go, and then there's another realm where all the bad dead go, and, all the bad dead got released, They were trapped in the abyss, and, and Professor Spectre, who's one of the villains in the lore, he kind of, released them. Honestly, you go far back, I don't see much of a difference between Celestials and Fairies, gods and fairies. Well, I mean, in my lore, they're very specifically very different. Although there are some, although there are some tulpas that do claim to be gods and say they are. Mm. But seeing as tulpas are also born of human delusions as well, that can also be that can also be a thing. No, I see a shrine of prayer over there. Might as well go over there and collect that, because those are very important. Also, I might as well investigate for more materials. Oh, hey, is there any special materials here? Those are tough logs. Not. Alright, doesn't seem like there's anything really special here. There's gotta be something real special here. No, most of the fairies and the Irish folk were actually traced back to Irish gods. Yeah, that is true, yeah. Oh yeah, that is true, yeah. Yeah, that is true, isn't it? Right now. Right now, I'm pretty sure... Alright, I got it. Alright, now I got that one. Luckily, they're all pretty close to each other. So it's not too hard to do all these. Alright, there's another one down. Yeah, it kind of makes me want to research things a little bit more, to make it more compelling, since, human mythology is supposed to be, kind of the basis of, it's supposed to be kind of the basis of tulpamancy as well. Okay, since I've kind of already done quite a bit of since I've already done some things like that, I figured why not go whole ham on that. Make it sort of like the Persona universe a little bit. Only instead of demons, it's tulpas. Yeah. I mean, then again, I also want to do more of my own unique takes on them. I also want to do my own unique takes on them now. Just to make them sort of slightly different. Oh, wait, ow. Alright, just give me a moment. Alright, ow. Hold on. Sorry, I have to stretch. Ow. Sorry about that. Endemani? Alright, Endemani is up. Alright, sorry about that. Sounds like you were in some pain? Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, I was kind of in... Yeah, that's exactly what happened, yeah. I was kind of in some pain, so I'm sorry about that. Oh, hey, what the heck are those? What the heck? There's white peonies. Yo, there's white peonies. Yeah, I kind of need to get in a better sitting position. Oh, white peonies. White peonies. I have shoulders that dislocated, so I understand. Oh, not. Oh, that sounds, not. That sounds kind of rough, dude. That sounds kind of rough. Alright, it says there's a mana well somewhere nearby. Oh, it's going in the wall, isn't it? White peony habitat. Well, there are indeed white peonies here. Looks like I can't go any further. Oh, hey, there's a treasure chest right here. Alright, we have a lumber. We could actually be an advantage in combat, but it's a clear disadvantage everywhere else. Like afterwards, and I'm near blackout pain. No, that sounds horrible, dude. That sounds really rough, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're okay with that. I hope you're okay. Alright, seems like... Oh yeah, oh wait, is that thread? That's just restraint silk. It's just Oh, they are actually. Thank you for rating. Thank you for rating. Thank you for rating, Dr. Ashley. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering your name. I'm really sorry about that. Well, welcome on in. I'm playing Atelier Yumia, yeah. Alright, now, let's see. We have to play a little bit of Simon Says here. Right now, Simon Says. Right now, just playing a bit of Simon Says right now to get the lock, done. Alright, there's gotta be something good inside here. Ooh, it looks like an alchemy lab. Oh, there's a whole other area back here. Alright, this looks like there's a cave over here. Hi there! Oh, looks like there's a cave back here with some golems. Alright, yeah. Now, as I said, iron is not an efficient, material to make golems out of, because iron, in the lore of Vendemai is, like, very magic resistant. However, it is possible to basically make golems from basically just about any other material. As long as it doesn't contain any iron. Oh wow, some of these are requiring repair kits. Well, that's okay. I can deal with that. They definitely have some skill seeds inside of them. Right now, I just need to, pick the lock. Luckily it's easier than in Skyrim. Yeah, for some reason those big crystals are not, breakable. If I had an idea for a terrible golem giant gummy bear. Oh hey, that kind of reminds me of you. Hey, have you ever seen the second Goosebumps movie? Yeah, that kind of sounds like one of the things, Slappy came up with when he was, decided to make Halloween come alive. I remember I used to be too scared to actually read I used to be too scared of the covers back in the day to, read, Goosebumps, and now, it's kind of like, par for the course considering a lot of things I come up with. Or that, occurred during my schizophrenic delusions. Oh, sorry about that. Didn't mean to scare you. Alright now. I too was busy reading Dragonlance and Forgotten Realms. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. That's some good stuff. Alright now. Let's look. Alright now, I'm pretty sure I explored every. Oh, wait. I should probably get over here. Probably want to get over here. Alright now, and he has this. And then the good Stephen King stuff. Yeah, Stephen King is very talented and all that. Don't get me wrong, but some of his ideas are definitely, very Coke-inspired, if I'm gonna be honest. Because he, really had a really rough Coke addiction. The stuff he wrote when he was drunk. Half of it was written while he was drunk, half of it was written while he was, doing copious amounts of cocaine. Oh, nice, a shout out. Thank you for giving them a shout out. So what were you playing? I should have probably asked you that from the start, I'm sorry. Alright now. Ooh. Alright, there's more. Alright now. I see a Manawell trail going down here. So there's gotta be good stuff around here somewhere. Forest District. We're exploring it. Alright. Welcome to Atelier Yumia. Today we are exploring an abandoned shopping district that seems to be, haunted by ghosts of the past. They're very spooky and all that. I mean, quite literally. Yeah. Yep, I was playing more Skyward Sword. Oh, you were playing Skyward Sword for the first time? No, Skyward Sword, yeah. Yeah, I need to play Skyward Sword. I am currently, playing Oracle of Seasons. Then I, just did Twilight Princess not too long ago. Yeah, so I need to play Skyward Sword. I've never actually done it. Probably because, alright. To be fair, the last time I had the opportunity to play Skyward Sword, it was kind of, on the Wii and, Oh, wait, didn't it come out with a Switch version not too long ago? Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that wasn't that. Yeah, I know it has a Switch version. Yeah, I do have it somewhere. I need to do that. Right now, Right now, we need to remove some of our... We need to remove some stuff. Right now, we need... Right now, I need to grab machine repair kits. Right now... Alright, there we go. That's how you rotate. Alright, we need some repair kits. Yeah, this first version is the one I'm playing. Probably... Oh, wait, sorry about that. Yeah, probably the best version to play, really. Probably the best version... Best way to play it, yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry, I seem to be having a... Sorry, I've been drinking too much soda, I'm sorry. I promise I don't mean to do that on purpose. At least I try not to. Alright, now, ooh, there's a hatchet going up there. Alright, I kind of want to see what's up here. Sandy Falls Hill, whoa. Alright, there's another... Alright, looks like there's a line over here. No, wait, there's some more treasure chests. Ooh, I might as well grab... Alright, shiny objects, I want to see... I want to see what's inside of each and every one of them. You know, mock mush. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Giant pit in the floor! Almost ran right into a trap. Almost ran right off. Oh no. Yeah, I got so distracted by shiny objects that I didn't see the obvious pitfall. You know, that's just, you know, my, video... That's just my explorer instincts, you know, kind of taking over. You know how it is. Yeah, where you at in Skyward Sword? I kind of heard there was a kind of a terrifying place in that game, you know, with some, you know, mean old golems chasing you down while you're collecting tears. Yeah, and I also heard there's mole people. Mole people, fight like mole, enslave all people. Kind of reminds me of that one, you know, classic horror movie about mole people. You know, I should probably get that one. Yeah, I do have Invasion of Body Snatchers. Faye falls for a Faye-inspired trap. No, I think I just wasn't paying attention. I think it was just me not paying attention. Don't worry. Don't worry, a Faye trap would, you know, be a little less obvious than that. Well, it would try to anyway. Well, it might be a little less obvious, it might not, you know, when you're dealing with Faye, you know, it's kind of whatever, really. It kind of can be either way, really. Oh yeah, there's a treasure trove over here. No, we don't have a key for the treasure trove, no. When I hear mole people, I think of a dream sequence of Saitama. Yeah, I was dreaming of fighting, you know, these really OP mole people that came out from underground. And then, you know, it turned out they were actually, you know, very weak and, you know, got one punch and they were kind of and, you know, and then the rest of them kind of ran away. Kind of another disappointing fight for you. Kind of another disappointing fight for Saitama. Which is kind of usual for him. Him being, you know, disappointed by his enemies being too weak is, you know, basically, you know, very common for him. I'm pretty sure not even God can beat him. Yeah, God's a canonical character inside of, you know, One Punch Man, you know. Yeah. Yeah, and God's also a character that, you know, that the writer also uses to retcon everything when, you know, fans don't like it. Oh boy, there's something up here, alright. Alright, no, lava breaker. Oh no, these things, you know, spew lava. Oh no, that's red hot. No, we ran into a monster habitat. Oh no. Alright, I'm sorry, the area is kind of lagging a little bit. So if you see any, you know, noticeable lag, that's kind of why it's not really optimized for the Switch, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I should unlock this so I can fast travel here later once I get some. Yeah, I was talking about some of my lore earlier. Yeah. Alright, you guys remembered it's Ultimancy. I mean, Saitama's power is pretty much more powerful than whoever he's fighting. Yeah, and it's so overwhelmingly powerful that, you know, Saitama just gets bored with every fight that he goes into. Because he's just gonna win no matter what. Oh wow, there is still, whoa. Alright, there is still a lot of map in this area to explore. Dang, I guess I won't be fighting the Wolfman today, maybe? Alright, alright now. Alright, I better make quick tracks. Alright now, rolling around at the speed of sound, looking for the Abner village to find out where they're hiding. Alright now. Oh boy, okay, alright. Yeah, those little dudes with hats are called Abners. They're, like, really nice. They're helping out with the exploration team. They're also, you know, really important. Also, we got Linja. She is indeed an animal person. We ran into those earlier in the second region. Yeah, they were kind of fighting these weird jellyfish-looking people that, you know, kind of look like a cross between jellyfish and Zoras. Alright, now. Alright, something's going on. Alright, now. Alright, now, what was that all about? No, he wasn't paying attention, unfortunately. Oh, it's an illusion. Oh, of course you know, the weird-looking fairy creatures would, you know, hide behind an illusion. This kind of reminds me of, finding that orphan mine, you know, in, Trials of Mana. You know, I would like to play Visions or Trials of Mana, you know, again someday. You know, I played, you know, Trials of Mana a little too much, so I should probably, you know, pick up Visions of Mana, you know, some other time. I'm kind of deciding what I should play for next week. Since I, you know, finished up Paper Mario yesterday. Right, and see, there's one of those Abners right over there. Purple-added Abner, and he gave me a bitter beehive. Nice. Right, what's here? Cutlass and rosy bamboo water. Alright, I think there's a... Oh, there is a Shrine of Prayer over here. I was kind of saying there is going to be a Shrine of Prayer over here, because I saw that. Alright, these Shrines of Prayer are very important. You know, obviously getting energy prisons from them, you know, will help you unlock more stuff. In fact, I'm pretty sure we unlocked as much as we could, really. I haven't unlocked everything. I haven't completely unlocked everything, though. We're getting damn close to it. We're getting near close to it. Yeah, Saitama is just, you know, one of the most overpowered protagonists of all time, so I don't blame him for being incredibly bored. You're already playing the scariest game ever made? You know, I see Superman 64? No. Yeah, I was just playing it for the meme. Yeah, I kind of, you know, funny enough, I did unironically play it when I hit a certain threshold, and, I kind of went slowly insane once I got to that damn level. Yeah, once I realized, you know, Superman 64 boss fights are, you know, not very good. As it turns out. As it turns out, the boss fights in Superman 64 are not very good. As it you know, turns out. Right now. Let's see, and there's one more somewhere. That's weird, I don't see it anywhere. That's weird, I don't see it anywhere. Alright, did we get him? Oh, I guess we got all of them. Alright now. More energy prisms, that's good. Yeah, I don't think I'll be playing Superman 64 except the meme on it, really. Yeah, I do in fact own Superman 64. I did in fact pay money for it. I regret every penny of it. Yeah, although to be fair, I do also own Balan Wonderworld. You know, and that game is kind of booty cheeks, you know, compared to, you know, all the other... That game definitely has very style, but, you know, I don't know what they did with the control scheme in that game, but, you know, it's not good. Why did they decide to make everything, you know, only one button press? That was just, you know, that's too little. That's too little buttons. You need at least a jump and attack button, yeah. That's what I learned from video. You need at least jump and attack. Every game should have at least jump and attack, yeah. I mean, Mario has jump and attack, so yeah. I mean, really, jump and attack is all you really need in Mario. Well, aside from, all the special fancy moves that you can do. Yeah, it should have been more like Mario. Yeah, in fact, it was almost like Mario. While Wonderworld looks very impressive and all that, the characters definitely have style. It's just, very bad. You've heard about the tall ones give us something as thanks, and they wanted something in return. Alright, now. In that case, I'll make you something, yeah. Let's say we can make them something. A super cute stuffed animal. We love stuffed animals. We would be so happy if you made some. Oh, yeah. Let's make them some plush animals, yeah. Let's make them some cute plush animals, yeah. That sounds super adorable. I like that. Alright, now... some super duper plush animals, huh? Alright, do we have a recipe to make plushies? Right now, we have to have a... Alright, there's gotta be plushies around here somewhere. Right now, if I... Right now, ooh, we have a fairy doll. Right now, we made some... Alright, we made some plushies. Oh, so cute, thank you. Everyone will be happy, yeah. That means more tall ones will be coming. Oh, they seem... Oh, that makes me so happy to, use alchemy to make people happy, yeah. Little Lester was right, helping people does feel good. I mean, that's part of the reason why you guys should be heroes. Not be evil. Yeah, remember, don't be evil, be heroes. It feels good to help people. It feels good to help people for something other than, personal gain. Is that good? You guys agree? Oh, we got crabs. Crab people, fight like crab, enslave all people. Crab people, fight like crab, enslave all people. Crab people, crab people, fight like crab. No. Sorry, I have a South Park game in mind. It had crab people inside of it. They're from a really early season of, on South Park, yeah. Yeah, they're... Oh, there's a treasure trove, but we don't have any keys for that. Unfortunately, we don't have any keys for that, sadly. I'm sure we'll find one if we look around a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not actually gonna play Superman 64 now. No, I think I had quite enough of that when I first played it. I'm pretty sure, Anime told me that, me playing Superman 64 was not real and, definitely a bad dream, yeah. It was definitely an evil nightmare concocted by, Lumina Knight to try and break, into my spirit, yeah. It's not actually real. Oh, this is a gathering spot, cool. Right now. Right now, that area is marked off the map. Alright, let's see what's over here. Rat. Oh, whoa, it's starting to lag a little bit. Game is lagging just a little bit. Right, I'm guessing this is a... Oh, wait, that's a treasure trove. Right, I do not have any keys. I don't have any keys for that. I'm sure if we look around the rooms a little bit more, we'll be able to find more keys. I'll probably look for them, a little bit later. Although I should really decide what I, need to play, next week. Obviously, I need to do more of, I need to do more of the Oracle season so I can, finish that, so I can finish up that series. Now, I'm kind of at the 4th dungeon. I just beat Dancing Dragon Dungeon, which was, Goma? Yeah, Goma. Yeah, Goma was pretty easy, yeah. Kind of easy. Yeah, I kind of had an easier time at Goma than the sub-boss, but, once I locked into the sub-boss, I did really good at it. I, did pretty poorly at it for the most part, though. Oh, this must be another gathering spot. Mmm. What kind of games would you... Alright, now. Keep in mind... Alright, now. Keep in mind, I do love a good RPG, yeah. Alright, now. Maybe I shouldn't play, like, 3 of them at a time. Maybe I shouldn't try to play 3 of them at a time, now. Alright, it might be a little bit too much for me to play 3 at a time, though. If I'm gonna be, 100% honest. Because I kind of have to go back and forth and, grind between all 3 of them. I mean, not that I really need to grind too much on Yumia a little bit, but, I still have things I need to do on Yumia, of course. Alright, the Maskell Stone Gathering Spot. Nice. Oh, this is a huge quarry. Nice. Oh, what's over here? Alright, discover the magic. Video game world's gonna be real magical, yeah. Alright, I'll just smash a couple of these big fossils down. Alright, I need more ancient bones. And I need some of those, unique and robust fossils. Alright, just hold on for just a minute. Alright, I need to stretch for a little bit, so I will be off camera for just a little bit. Please don't be too disturbed by that. And you might look a little soulless a little bit. I can assure you she's perfectly fine. She's just practicing her astral projection, yeah. Yeah, that's an ability that, I decided, Endemani should have, yeah. Yeah, I mean, she does have a thing for dream magic, so, she can definitely, astral project. Oh wait, it's a shrine of prayer. Oh, I wasn't supposed to come over here. Alright now. Alright now. Alright now, I think I'm fine now. Alright, let's grab more energy prisms, shall we? Alright, now I can get behind. Alright, I'll just activate this mana well real quick. Let's activate the mana well. Nice, the mana well has been activated. Alright, now open more treasure chests, shall we? I mean, we appear to be in a rune. Right now, there's gotta be some way to get past that door. Oh wait, I'm supposed to activate these. Yeah, just let me do that real quick. Alright, just one down. Alright, one down. Just a couple more to go. Right, I should definitely turn it. Oh wait, we're almost done. There we go. Alright, now I can get behind here. Alright, it's not done yet. Alright, it seems like there's one more around here. Alright, I'll just need to knock this one down. You know that Atelier Yumia has an anime? It's actually not too bad. Actually not too bad, really. Kind of follows the game pretty close. Surprisingly, the Atelier Yumia, anime does follow the game pretty closely, if I'm gonna be honest. How good that... Yeah, so, yeah. Yeah, it kind of follows, her getting, Claudia to join the team by doing the missions for the town. Like when she, built that one bomb for blowing up, all that debris. And, of course, and of course, fighting a dragon and encountering that Peluska for the first time. Yeah. Kind of wish it would go on more than that. Kind of wish I could go on for more than that, but, they probably just, made it to, kind of sell the game, really. To kind of, sell the game to more people, really. Oh boy, we got a hole. I mean, not every hole, unfortunately, is a goal. More, stuff that VTubers say. More, such things that VTubers say, on occasion. Alright, now that the Shrine of Prayer is cleared. Alright, there's another matter that, is over that way. Whoops. Oh, hey, there's a treasure chest right over here. I'll just grab that. Nice, so you kick it from the back. Ooh, eternal crystals. Well, I do like those. Alright, now let's bounce her. Alright, now let's look around and see what we can find around here. Alright, there's gotta be something up top there. Right, we just have to, kind of reach it. Luckily, I already unlocked triple jump, so it shouldn't be too hard. Shouldn't be too hard to, get around. Alright, looks like I need a rope ladder here. Use rope ladder, sure. Good thing I still got some of those. Yeah, unlock those during the last episode. I was very certain I wanted to unlock that. Alright, looks like it's a cave. Alright, no monsters, question mark? Oh, looks like there's no monsters in this cave, huh? Huh. Alright, there's another path going up there, huh? Water storage facility. Alright, for now I will go investigate this, since I'm pretty sure this is tied to the main story. Although I should, investigate over there a little bit more. I'll do that after I investigate over here. And I do want to get that another mana bound zone. Yeah, by the way, how are all you guys doing? Sorry, I'm kind of getting absorbed into the game. I tend to do that because, I have, sometimes my attention really gets diverted by stuff like this, so I'm really sorry if I, seem like I'm not, paying attention to you guys, but, I'm assuring you I'm kind of paying attention, I swear. Trying my best to. Or at least to try to. Oh yeah, this device definitely, was very sus. I was like, what is this? So this is a mana transporting furnace. Alright, what are your guys' theories on this? Yeah, whatever this is, I'm pretty sure it's for processing mana. Which means whatever they're harvesting from here is probably behind that door. Trying to kick it, that's obviously not gonna work. Maybe it's like the drawbridge from before and the power to the door is cut off. I'm not sure. If the machinery is still intact, then it might be. Alright, now. What's good? It seems like the whole area is powered by this, and yet... Alright, needing some more mana. Exterior walls severely damaged, furnace core malfunctioning. Finally believes that without major repairs, it'll be difficult to restart the furnace. Alright, can we fix it? Alright, now I can probably fix it. Let's say we can fix it. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Both an actual furnace and the surrounding equipment all need repairs. It's gonna be quite a lot to get through. No need, I'll fix them all up at once. Alright, so what do we need to fix it up, then? We're probably gonna need to harvest a bunch of materials. Hopefully we aren't gonna need a whole ton of metal boards. Alright, Yumia, what's the plan? The core of the furnace looks broken. Now it's just limited to wear over time. If the parts can be repaired, it should function without issue. We don't know where to start with these parts. Do you understand how they're put together? Negative. Flammy does not have the information on specified parts. They're likely highly specific parts used only in this transporting furnace. Alright, we need to... Alright, now, alright, gang, let's split up and look for clues, just like Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, how are you? Alright, now. Flammy, what's going on? Did you find some... Alright, now. Alright, now, if we can find, you know, the part inside this junk, we can probably make a new one with alchemy. You know, sort of like what we did with the motorcycle. Memory file. Oh, that means we can get them. We can use it. We can, you know, get it from the memory. All right, play the audio recording. All right, All right, now show me that knowledge. Sir, the state has sent another construction plan. But how many editions is that now? I know, sir, but I know. If the higher ups give the orders, we have no choice but to follow. Stradium, we need more strinium. I don't care who does it, but someone dig for more. We don't have nearly enough. Alright, now, so where can we get this material that we need? Name of a rare material can be mined in this vicinity. Oh wait, that reminds me. Here around the Grand Cavern West would be the primary mining source. Oh well, I actually almost forgot to do something, so you'll just have to excuse me real quick. Right now, we need to go back to the survey base. I need to pick up. Alright now. I need to turn in my dailies. Turn in the pioneering effort so I can you know, unlock the excellent bandage. Alright now, and that means I can use relic finder. And it points you in the direction of nearby valuables. Oh. So how do we make that? Can detect nearby rare objects. Marvelous paints. Alright, let's make more of those smoke bombs. Make more of those layers. And we don't have any regular bullets, do we? Alright, let's make more of them. Alright, now let me check the rest of my, you know, pioneering efforts. Maybe I can do some of them right off the bat. Whoops, that's the wrong menu. Sorry about that, I kind of pressed the wrong button. Alright, I have 20. Defeat Janaya Berserker. Alright, we need to defeat 3 of them. Wherever those are. Alright, now what else? Total comfort level in the region. Alright, and we need to make more stone stuff. Increasing the comfort should be easy enough. Alright, now, and, let's see, it should be easy enough to increase the comfort level. I'm pretty sure I unlocked that building area. I know I unlocked the building area over here. I know we have the materials to make a you know, a little base here. So I will go do that. I will definitely go do that. Right, Will. Alright, you guys probably don't know this, but, you know, I kind of watch, you know, I kind of watch another VTuber known as Will the Alchemist, or, you know, another small person, yeah. Yeah, they were scheduled to play Yumia today, but, you know, they couldn't do it probably for health-related reasons. Alright, now the comfort level should be all maxed out. That's good. Oh wait, since we're in the building area, we can make all that stone stuff that we needed to make. Since we're in the building area, we can probably make all the stone stuff. I just open the list. Right now. Whoops. Wait, wasn't there stone? Wait, can I just... Let's see why I can't just make it. Let's see why I can't just make it, you know, really? I need to make stone stuff. Now? Alright, now I'm not sure why I can't just, you know, make more of it. Alright, that has been finished. Alright, we're almost done. We just need to defeat the Jedi Berserker. Alright, I'll focus on that. I'll, you know, figure that out later. Whoops. That's not what I want. I'll figure out what to do about the Berserker later. Alright, let's go to Skill Tree. We definitely have lots of stuff to unlock here. We definitely have some stuff to unlock here, so... Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, we're not going to unlock food just yet. That hasn't really become relevant. Definitely unlock, you know, the friend action. Unlock the additional friend action. Right, I'll wait to use the other ones. Sorry about that. I kind of got absorbed in that. You know how it is. Sometimes when you're playing video games, you get sucked into the video game. Yeah, that's kind of how that works. That reminds me of that one Phineas and Ferb episode. Yeah. Yeah, you know, my favorite character in that was actually Dr. Doofenshmirtz. I always forgot. Yeah, I'm glad Dr. Doofenshmirtz turned out to be a better parent than, you know, his parents, you know? Yeah, even if his daughter Vanessa, you know, was kind of into very different things than he, you know, tried to provide for her, but, you know, that's good. But, you know, he spent, you know, a long time, you know, looking for, he spent years, you know, he spent, you know, a decade, you know, trying to find her favorite doll that she wanted, you know, back when she was a little kid. And he finally found it. And, you know, gave it to her. I thought that was really nice of him to do. Shows that, you know, even though, you know, Dr. Doofenshmirtz was a bad guy, he's not a, you know, bad guy. Which, you know, I highly appreciate. Which, you know, I can appreciate some humanity in our villains. Kind of wish we would go back to that, you know, more in you know, DC and Marvel comics. You know, the Joker, don't get me wrong, he's a great villain and all that, but, you know, he's kind of a little overused, yeah. Oh, thank you for following, Wayward Son. Thank you for following, I highly appreciate that. First, you know, of course, you know, Batman's influence on, you know, my own work is, you know, kind of not to be understated. Then again, you know, obviously I also, you know, kind of reference Sailor Moon as well, but, you know. I did kind of, you know, copy the floppy of, you know, Sailor Moon, so. So, you know, superheroes that are definitely of other medias are, you know, my bread and butter. I saw your status update on DeviantArt. Oh, you did? Nice. finally, somebody from here. Nice, you saw it all the way from over there, huh? Nice. Now we need to get up there, huh? The question is, how do we get up there? I need to get up there somehow. The question is, how do I begin doing that? Alright, the question is, how do I begin climbing? Alright, the question is, how do I begin climbing all this? Can I climb all this? Right, maybe there's something right around. There's gotta be a way. Alright, now. My profile pic is a cherry bomb. Oh, nice. Oh, nice cherry bomb. Cherry bombs are, you know, very nice. Cherry bomb is definitely very nice. I like that. Alright, I think this might be the way. Alright, looks like I found the way up. Just had to, you know, jump up a few specific walls. I know you since your DA handle was Sarah's Beach. Yo, that was a really long time ago, yeah. Yeah, Sarah's Beach, one of my other characters, yeah. I still use him in some of the lore as well. Yeah. Although I have to admit some of my work, you know, on that was, you know, kind of a little shame, really. No, some people did like it for a time. Right now. I haven't done too much work over there. I haven't done as much over there that I used to, though. Right now, alright. Alright, so I see a locked chest. So I need to hit these, you know, funny electric-looking things. And I'm certain they're gonna unlock the door. I mean, unlock the chest. I'm busy myself in the Storyverse came up with the Sentai S group called the Phoenix Corps. Oh, nice. You know, sounds pretty awesome. How's that going, by the way? Right now. Let's, you know, open this chest. Oh, nice. Fatal Beast Scale. Right, there's gotta be a... Alright. Turns out the way to go over the door is just, you know, triple jump. Yeah, good thing I unlocked that. Yeah, I kind of have to unlock triple jump in this. There's plenty of ones that are covered in spores, huh? Right now. The lore is that they're allied with the... But gore singers are a lot of the Bear Lake tribe and Skix tribe's ally. Oh, nice. That sounds, you know, interesting. You should tell me more about that sometime. Alright, looks like I have to jump over here. Right now, we need to get to that Manabout. We need to get to the Manabout altar. Which we are about to come up right now. Alright, I still have at least 20 mana, so I can do it. Alright, time to clear this up. And we'll have plenty of, you know, a big area to explore. And clearing this up will, you know, go a long way to... Well, mean I can explore safely without the life getting sucked out of me. From the dense stagnant mana. And, you know, it also means, you know, the researching can, you know, accomplish its goals. You been playing Pokemon Violet? Ooh, Pokemon Violet is... I think Pokemon Violet was pretty good. Maybe not the best Pokemon game, but, you know, definitely, you know, a little bit better than Sword and Shield in my opinion. Very good game. Very good game. Wait, watch out for that little jump right there. Oh, hey, Mana Geyser. Oh, thank you for giving me head pats. A few days ago, you found shiny Vibrava. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. How does shiny Flygon look again? I have 2 sandwiches for level 3 ground type sparkling power and an hour hunting. Yo, you were really dedicated to another shiny hunt then. Kind of reminds me of when I was you know, watching Mia, you know, play Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Yeah, she was you know, shiny hunting for a starter. You know, she did an entire she did a really long stream where she was just doing that. That was pretty fun. I got, not, you know, not, you know, was, not, you know, had a lot of viewers, but, you know, I can kind of see why people would get into that. It kind of takes a long time to do it, though. Yeah. Starters aren't still shiny locked, are they? Although, you know, I will say the starter Pokemon are pretty on point for most of the new Pokemon games. Yeah, ever since, you know, when I restarted, you know, in 6. Yeah, when I was first getting back into Pokemon, I was, you know, playing with Pokemon Gen 6, and, you know, that was very good. Sick Tribe because their elements are fire and wind. No, fire and wind being allies does make sense because, you know, obviously, you know, it oxidates fire. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was right, yeah. Alright, looks like there's a big open area for us to explore. Water storage facility, huh? We need, alright now, well, no time like the present to explore a new area. Burn, burn, burn in a burning ring of fire. Burn, burn, burn. The ring of... Oh boy, dinosaurs. Alright, watch out for dinos. Kind of reminds me of this one RPG where, you know, you were heavily focused on, you know, fighting dinosaurs. Yeah, they were like a real major threat, you know, in like a fantasy game. Yeah, that was Use 8, yeah. Alright, Use 8, I will say, in my opinion, it's probably better than Use 9. Only because Use 9 did have a couple of, you know, really unfair difficulty spikes. Only because Use 9 did have a couple of rather unfair difficulty spikes, in my opinion. But then, you know, it's Ys, it's supposed to, you know, have really unfair difficulty spikes. It's not a proper Ys game if it doesn't. In my opinion. Whereas the Phoenix Corp's Red Ranger, she's got a cudgel and a magic staff and 2 fangs and she's willing and able to use. Oh no. She's got to club enemies over the head. You know, and also, you know, is into the clubbing enemies over the head. I mean, that is what, you know, Endomata uses her staff for when she's not, you know, casting magic. as well as sometimes, you know, kicking enemies in the face. Sometimes you just need to use a little physical force, and, you know, using physical, and of course using physical enhancement helps with that. Ogre is the reason why I gave Maria a cudgel, actually. Oh, you know, sounds really cool. I like that. That's a good source of inspiration. I like that. That sounds really cool. I like that. Yeah. Look around and you'll see a world of impure imagination. Where all dreams and delusions come true. Something quite literally, in fact. In fact, that's how you know Endomati's world was born. Oh, Heartflame Ogerpon specifically. Oh, that, yeah, the Fire Ogerpon was, you know, was probably the best one. Well, aside from the water one, of course. Oh no, this is a bunch of giant enemy crabs. Alright, Annabelle, look away. It's your nightmare. Giant enemy crabs. Giant enemy crabs. Alright, I think I remember what those are. Oh, there's another treasure trove over here. I don't have a key to open that, unfortunately. I am not Alright, now. Alright, don't have a key to open that, unfortunately. However, might as well go deeper into the region to see what's going on over here. Before, you know, repairing that furnace. You know, the mana furnace. Yeah, you see, the mana is it's made up of all of life returning to the earth. And, you know, apparently memories can be harvested. Then, not all the things done with alchemy in this game are necessarily for good. I also wrote a Carmen Sandiego into my storyverse. Oh, that sounds lovely. Carmen Sandiego is pretty cool. Alright now. Nice little room inside here, huh? Let's look our... Alright, let's look around, shall we? Alright, maybe we can find one of those keys that we're looking for. The Loris file is led by the first Carmen until the modern day file. Until they mutinied on them. Oh no. Alright, yeah. That was back in 2019. Oh, nice. Nice, that was quite a long time ago then. Right, in the Mighty's lore, she's basically a descendant of, Tulpas. Yeah, I first had the idea of, basically making, called Phantasms, which were basically, gonna make, like, an imaginary friend vert. We're gonna, basically, like, you're gonna have imaginary friends, fighting each other. Yeah, and, with powerful wizards that, summon them. And then I found out about Tulpamancy. It's like, this thing, kind of fits with the lore, and, I kind of, made things more based on that, yeah. Yeah, it's still, yeah, I kind of, decided to do that. I thought we really need to do that. Alright now, ooh, what's this? Overblown batter, ooh. Alright, I'll definitely take this. Because that'll unlock long-range scanning. Which will help me find it. They mean the OG Val agents go straight because modern-day Val is willing to kill people to achieve their ends, which offended their sense of honor among thieves. That would explain it. Yeah, Carmen Sandiego was definitely, more of a noble thief, wasn't she? Are they still stealing? Alright, now. Well, anything that's, at least the Val agents that, are working under her, aren't stealing monuments anymore. Yeah, that was kind of one of the more sillier aspects of her. Although, it kind of reminds me of, Despicable Me. Which, I wouldn't be surprised if Despicable Me were inspired by Carmen Sandiego, if I'm gonna be honest. The opening premise of it basically being supervillains stealing, monuments and all that. Of course, then again, most people know about Despicable Me from the Minions, of course. Which, got really oversaturated and super popular and no doubt, made Illumination tons of money. Yeah. Yeah. Although, it would eventually lead to, you might find, Minions cringe, but, Illumination did eventually work on the Mario movie. Which, that movie was actually legit good. In fact, Despicable Me movies themselves are pretty good. Modern day Vile was, crippled by incumbent Carmen Sandiego. Shindy tripped off Acme. Their few loyalists are still large and are pursued by her and her legions. Oh, alright. Okay, then. Oh, this looks like jellyfish. No, a bunch of evil jellyfish. No, jellyfish. Alright, now watch out for jellyfish. They got a nasty sting. That kind of reminds me, my stepfather, told me a story back when he was in the Navy, and he kind of, was, working on the side of the ship, and to fix things, and, clean it up a little bit, somebody, decided, hey, I'm gonna drop him in the water. And he kind of, fell into a bunch of jellyfish. And that was rather painful. Luckily, they weren't, very seriously deadly jellyfish, but thankfully, but, that was a bit, very silly of the person that did that. No, if I had to guess, maybe it was done kind of intentionally. No, I can't imagine what. No, I'm not sure why. Right now. Jelly. Alright, now. These jellyfish also remind me of, you ever see Tentacruel's, Gen 1 sprite? Yeah, Tentacruel's Gen 1 sprite looks like he's, like, really, really cross at you for some reason. It's kind of really awesome. Yeah, it's like, it's like Tentacruel's really cross with you. I think it's pretty funny. Right now, oh boy, we got a whole bunch of dinosaurs around here. Now it goes into the rune, doesn't it? Right now, we might... Alright, might as well go inside. Alright, can't be too far from here. Alright, up above. Oh, there it is. Alright, it's actually not that far from the Shrine of Prayer. Nice. Alright, I'll just grab that real quick. Alright, now. Come with me, and... Alright, now. Although I should really, focus more on the mythology. I should really focus more on the mythology side of mythology and god side kind of thing, and lore. Since it's fantasy does play a big part, since fantasy, especially human fantasy, does play, kind of a, since human fantasy and beliefs do play a big part, in the lore's world, yeah. Since a lot of things are, the products of tulpomancy. Yeah. Alright now, I will go back and explore the runes later. Look for, those keys that I'm looking for. But for now... Alright now, oh, head over here, huh? Alright now, where's the nearest location that I can... Alright now, how do I get over there? Alright, I need to get over there. Oh! Could you... Alright, now I expanded the lore of the Carmen Sandiego game shows. Oh, nice. Alright, now, hold on for just a minute. Hold on for just a minute. I might be off camera for just a little bit, Joe. Just don't worry. Don't get too excited. Alright, now. Alright, now, sorry about that. Alright, hold on. Endemonic is kind of practicing her astral projection, yeah. That's why she, kind of is doing that, yeah. Alright, now. Man, these guys are really strong. Oh, wow, they're... Alright, now. At least I'm recovering more HP than they're doing with my items. Alright, now, lightning trees. Oh, hey, these pillars. Alright, guys, if I, Alright, that's how you get the metal boards. Oh, those are Crimson King ship mechanics. Oh, nice. Alright, Alright, now, hopefully my party members can handle all these guys. Nice, they managed to beat them all. Alright, adversaries have been made pure. Let's see, if I had to guess where the... If I had to guess, the mining operation would be inside that one cave, wouldn't it? That's what I'm guessing, anyway. It's gotta be inside that cave, right? That's what I'm guessing. Alright, now watch out. Alright, now. No cheat corridor and technology. Oh. Alright, now. The gateways. The gateway. Alright, now. Alright, how do I get to that? Right now. Right now. How exactly do I get to all that? Let me try over here. Now, if I try over here, it should work, right? Right, that's a little too high, isn't it? Alright, it's gotta be inside that mine, huh? Alright, now, Alright, now, I've been playing... Alright, you... Head to underground cavern, right. The underground cavern would be... I think I remember where it is. Alright. Just let me get my bearings real quick. I don't quite remember where the entrance to it is. Alright, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere down below. Yeah, it's somewhere down below, yeah. Think where on earth is Carmen Sandiego? Ah, yeah, it's been a long time since I have seen that. Sorry, it's been a long time since I've seen that. It's been a really long time, really. Okay, a treasure chest. Oh, it needs repairs. I'll just take care of that. Now let's give it a little TLC. Just give it a little bit of TLC and it'll work. Just give things a little tender loving care and it'll work. It'll work in your favor. Alright, the underground cavern is over this way. OG cord, Sack and Ivy. Use the C5 corridor technology to travel quickly around their game world. Ooh. Oh yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah, I remember something about that. Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen, Carmen Sandiego, so I didn't quite remember. I'm sorry. Alright, now. La-di-da-di-da-di-da, just wandering about. Watch out for bats. We're inside the bat cave, which is kind of my home. Not quite this bat cave. Although I do canonically live in ruins on the moon. From the ancient moon civilization that Sariel destroyed. Alright, here's the rare ore we're looking for. Alright, now, how do we use this? Sturium. Alright, now, how do we use this? Alright, now. That seems strange. There's a flow of man around the storm that is twisting around unnaturally. I was thinking the same thing. Hey, Evan, thank you for the head pats. That's very nice of you. By the way, you guys should watch, Evan. If any of you guys, are interested in seeing someone cool, you should watch Evan. Of course, you should also, let Evan know that he's extremely cute. Ambles is a member of Acme's CrimeNet and TimeNet divisions. Oh. Alright, now. Alright. Oh, yeah. Alright, now gather to... Alright, now we have to go to the Atelier. Oh, excuse me. Alright, there we go, map. We need to go to the Atelier. Crafting things is, very useful. She's actually been on the Chroma Skipper ship. Oh yeah, wasn't that the ship from the show? Yeah, I remember, that was the one they used to travel across time, and... Yeah. Yeah, I think I vaguely remember something like that, but I can't quite, get a picture of it. Oh wait, I'm supposed to actually learn the recipe first. You have to do a recipe recall station. I vaguely remember something like that. I don't quite remember. Wait, here we are. Alright, now we just unlock that recipe. Repair transporting furnace core. Okay, we can unlock a couple more recipes. Vitality Overdrive, huh? Oh yeah. Oh boy, this one's gonna be, Alright, this one's gonna be hard to learn. Rainbow neutralizers. Oh no, this one's gonna require a whole ton. Yeah, I'm gonna have to grind for particles. Yeah, I'm kinda running out of those. Greg Lee and Kevin Schnick to play themselves, and Greg Lee trained Acme news recruits, whereas Kevin was a TimeNet squadron leader. Oh, nice. Alright, now. I can't even think who I want to play into my... I can't even think of who I want to play into Madi. Obviously, it can't be me. It has to... Obviously, it can't be me, obviously. Sorry, now, put the, big, put a big swirling mana stone in. Alright, we don't need to put on anything really specific for this. It just has to be, basically, it just has to be the right stuff. Alright, now it doesn't matter how high the quality of it is, really. As long as it's a working part. It's not like we have a condition where we have to, make it a certain quality. Although some Atelier games do have that as a condition for some of their things. Such as, when you had to make the bomb, kind of a certain quality and, Atelier Ryza 1, blow away debris. Yeah, in fact, they kind of, reflected that, Atelier Ryza, and then the Atelier Ryza anime, where, she also had to make it a certain quality. Otherwise, it would, of course, deal damage to the village, and, that would not have been good. Dude, Kurgan Island, not be good. Right now, oh, there's still a couple areas over here that I need to explore. I'll explore those later. Servile, oh no. Warlord Ambles would choose Servile over his dislike of the 1981 release of Cats. Oh no. Cats. No boy. Well, the 1981 version of it was cool. Can't say as much about the live-action Cats. Yeah, I don't know what they were smoking with that. Probably lots of cocaine. Probably a lot of Stephen King's, special nose candy. Although the 1981 one was very cool, yeah. Very good. I wish they, did something like that. Alright, now, let's put in this core and see what's gonna happen. During an escapade in Broadway's past, he's meant to see Beauty and the Beast, but special effect caused the play to sell out and made him fear that he'd be forced to see Cats again. No. No. Alright, now let's put that in. And, get this operational. Alright, now, what is this going to do? Incredible, alright now. Alright, now that should open the door over here, which is definitely hiding something. Alright, I see a switch in there. How very nice of, very nice of the door to, just open for us. Okay, it's not a memory vial over there. That made Kevin angry and made Ambus want to just as cross when Kevin flashed back to that exchange. Cats, huh? This room, uh-oh. Nina, do you know something about this? I'm sorry, I'm a bit hungry. I spaced out for a bit. You're hungry? No, you can't lose focus on a time like this. Alright now. Are we gonna learn? Alright now, Rutger, what do you know about Nina? Nina is acting a little bit strange, isn't she? Oh well, I'm sure it's absolutely nothing. I'm sure it's absolutely nothing. Just how long ago was this? This is, what is this? A photo. It's one of the people who you... Wait, is that Nina? That's Nina in that photo? There's something about her face. Wait, that's Nina. That's Nina? That's Nina's face. Wait, that's Nina's face. That's why she's acting sus. She knows something. She knows something about this place. That's why she's acting strange. There's something sus about this place. Nina, what are you hiding from us? Nina, oh wait, Simon Says? Simon Says, that should be, whoops. There we go. Alright, Simon Says beaten. Oh good, we only had to do one layer. Alright, there's gotta be something in here. Right now, let's look around. Is there a broken wall somewhere? Alright, now... Oh, wait, there's a memory vial here. I'll just open that. I'll just get that real quick. Might as well grab one of those. Oh, hey, a box. Alright, there's a box, so I'm gonna lift that up. Yeah, these boxes are very weighty. But they can open, Alright, now, what is this? Memory file from a past civilization. Let's look at it. Wait, where's Nina? Right now, what is it? What does this memory file say? Recollection Cocoon project is progressing according to plan. Vessels brought to life. Homunculus, the second generation, is nothing more than an imitation, yet we are starting to see results. Wait, Homunculus, uh-oh. You're doing human transmutation? Human transmutation? But the information gathered from this experiment, third generation, viewed with its own unique personality, is now within the realm of possibility. There is not an option. I will never accept defeat, even if it takes an eternity. I will see it through to the end. I will devote my entire wisdom to the ardent ambitions of Emperor Valsius. Alright, we now defend glory to the Adelcian Empire. Alright, we got some Imperial propaganda for us. Valsius, isn't that the name that Lilioporia mentioned? Uh-oh. Last Emperor Valdez. What exactly is Recollection Cocoon? Uh-oh. Type of artificial life. Alright, now. Alright, they're going with the homunculi being artificial life forms, okay. I mean, technically speaking in the lore, artificial life forms do exist. Yeah, in fact, I'm pretty sure, one of them is one of my major villains, yeah. Yeah, Master Bloodless. Yeah, his name is Master Bloodless, yeah. Right now, so there's gotta be something behind this door, but, how do we get inside that? Wait, can we get inside of it from here? Wait, there's a Alright, there's a place where we can place a block there. Alright, maybe we can carry this block from there. Alright, now just let me carry a little block, Alright, now hopefully this works. Alright, sorry, it's a little slow going. Man, it kind of reminds me of some of these block puzzles gonna take you a little out of the way. It's not starting to, fade away, is it? Right now, we just need to go a little bit further. Alright, now we're just on top of it. There we go, we can open that. Alright, what's inside here? Alright, more Simon Says. Alright, now hopefully one layer. Alright, now jackpots. Alright, what's this? Oh, we need lumber repair kits. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Alright, I don't want the map right now. I want simple synthesis. I kind of want myself... Kind of silly that we need all three of those repair kits, but whatever. All up ice damage, huh? Alright, these must be bats for making homunculi. Nowadays, there's quite a lot of them. Big enough for a person to lie down and being lined up like that. Uh-oh. Flammy, what are you gonna learn? Are we gonna learn that the Empire was doing human transmutation? Are we gonna learn that they're doing human transmutation? Oh no. I think we pretty much checked everything now. Where's Nina? Still don't know what this place is. Everything here is so confusing. Hey, mercenary. What is it? Don't play dumb, you're hiding something. Nina, tell me. Hey now, Ricker. Don't stop me, Alchemist. It's been clear that it's day when we got here, but even before that, you must have felt something was off. Uh-oh. That's why Nina's in the opening of the 3rd level. When exactly did Nina find us? Ricker and Nina, the 3 of you practically strike me as different from all the other members. Answer me, mercenary. What are you hiding? Are you our enemy? No. What makes you say that? I'm Don't tell me you're actually a robot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wolfman's here. What do you want? Alright, Corleonus, what do you want? What do you want? I can't imagine you're here on a social call. What do you want? I fully understand your endless curiosity, but I'm afraid I can't allow you to just ravage my old lair as you please. Old lair? Why, yes, perhaps. But perhaps this was some sort of fate. What are you talking about? You follow us here. This has nothing to do with fate. Saying I was following you makes it sound so sinister. It's reconnaissance. Reconnaissance to getting to know you better. There's no difference, you bastard. But to think there was another captivated by the truth of alchemy, just like myself. What are you going on about? New life, mutants, homunculi. Such things attract you too, correct? We should meet here in this land. It simply has to be called fate. What are you going on about? You kind of look like You kind of remind me of Starwolf with, that eye patch. Wait, what are you even talking about? Dear me, perhaps I was mistaken. That homunculi there, did you not create it? We didn't create her. Nina's homunculus. Oh no, human transmutation! Somebody did human transmutation! Nina's the result! No matter how you look at her, Nina's human. Exactly, that's what homunculi are. Nina's a human created through alchemy? Why are we surprised by this? Alchemy in this universe can, do all sorts of crazy shit. And, homunculi, of course, are, very linked to alchemy. Darn it, that explains it. From long ago until this day, the Alessian Empire has overseen every specimen since the second generation. But if that one was not created by her, then that can only mean... It must be a stolen first generation homunculus. My, what a turn of events. This is a serious miscalculation. What are you gonna do with Nina? I must hurry and revise the plan. Wait, there's more to talk about. Unfortunately, I am busy now. We'll have a nice long talk another time. I have made a rather unexpected discovery today. With that, I will take my leave. Wait, no. How did you know she was a homunculus? How did you know? What's with that guy? He just stirs things up and disappears. I mean, that's just what a villain does, blah, 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 and then kind of walk away. Yumia? I'll ask you again. You're gonna explain yourself now, right? Yes, I'll tell you every day. We're getting Nina's backstory. It's gonna be sad and tragic. Let's return to base first. This discussion should include the chief. Oh no, I get the feeling something very bad and tragic is about to happen, isn't it? No. Alright, whatever Nina's backstory is, it's gonna be super sad and very tragic, sort of like Lilliporia. Alright now, lay it on me. Alright now, lay it on me. How bad could I be? I'm just doing what comes naturally. How bad could I be? I'm just building the economy. It turns out the good way to build the economy is, just to make a bunch of homunculus to work for you for free. Yeah, or, you could do what Dark Shovel did in the lore and, just, enslave people with magical constructs and, work them literally to the bone until they're undead. And then, make their corpses work for you for eternity. No need to be harsh. I intend to tell you everything. That being said, I don't even know where to begin. Tell me. Alright, start from the beginning. Besides anyone else, please tell me, are you really homunculus? Well, that explains why she has the perfect body. She was literally made to be perfect. Yes, I am. I am homunculus. I was given life in the Adressian Empire centuries ago. Created by the hands of an alchemist, Marina Fjord. Wait, what? Marina, wait, that's the name from the Patona Observatory. I remember reading in documents. Dr. Marina's lead, we swear to seek out truth, no matter where we go, or no matter our circumstances, our soul will never waver. Dr. Marina's my creator. I'm sorry for not saying anything. Uh-oh. What was Dr. Marina involved in? I knew it would come out eventually and our investigation continued, but I couldn't bring myself to say anything. Believe me when I say, no matter how these mutants intend to use homunculi, I have never and will never be an enemy to the research team. Does that mean, again, I are, homunculi created by the Empire? Just believe you, huh? That's asking a lot. I think we'll decide for ourselves how far our trust goes, right? I agree with Edgar here. Why would you and alchemist created by Aladdin choose to join the research team? Without knowing that, I can't decide what to think of you now. Please explain it to us. Very well. Let me tell you about the life I lived so far. One that has been long, and both long yet short. Oh, what's she gonna tell us? It all began centuries ago. Oh no, what's she gonna tell us? Experiments to create humans were conducted in secret for the sake of prosperity of the Aldesian Empire. The very first success of this project, the first generation of homunculus, was me, Nina Fred. Oh no. I still remember the doctor smiles, her eyes brimming with tears as she saw me for the first saw me open my eyes. Uh-oh. However, soon after we created, I was torn from Dr. Marina's side and forced to take part in unending experiments. Oh no, she was experimented on. They truly never seemed to end. I wasn't a person after all, so it didn't matter to them. They didn't treat her as human, even though they created her. That's horrible. Alright, now, it was the doctor couldn't stand what the Empire was doing either, and one day she took me and escaped from the lab. Oh no, and oh no. So basically, the doctor didn't treat her as human. Together with the alchemist who assured our cause, we did what we could to stay hidden while heading west. Eventually reached a laboratory in Legasa region where we could finally live in peace. But all that changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Quite literally. But that peace was short-lived because there was a huge mana disaster that happened. Some years after our escape, Aladdin was in disarray due to conflict with other nations and eternal strife over the secret research. Oh no. That turmoil reached all the way to Lingris, and it concluded with a huge mana disaster. Sure like what happened with Yumia's hometown? Hit with a disaster engulfed by trees that surge in growth due to the mana's influence. Oh no. I remember going to save the doctor who was about to be caught in the building's collapse. After that, my memory is blank. No, her creator died. Then, next time I woke up, I washed ashore in present-day Alicia. What, but how? I was inside. It seems I have been gravely injured in the collapse, and so to save me, the doctor placed me in a treatment casket she was researching. It's a device to manipulate and regulate mana flowing inside one's body. It saved me. No wonder. Alright. I was hidden in the bottom of the ocean for centuries, all until recently. She was in the bottom of the ocean until recently for who knows how long? When I woke and learned of the world's current state, I was certainly surprised. You know, the advances of technology. Maldas had fallen centuries ago. Alchemy was deemed taboo. To protect myself, I decided to hide my true identity, yet... Ever since I reawakened, I wanted to know what happened. No, I had to know what happened. Why was Aladdin destroyed? Why did I have to lose my homeland? What happened to my friends at the lab? What happened to the doctor? I was searching for a way to investigate Aladdin, and he stumbled on a research team and decided to join. As for the second generation that Coriolanus mentioned, I'm afraid I don't know anything. It's likely based on the first generation. That photo of Yumia found might be the second generation. He seemed to realize I was a homunculus, which is why he had his eyes as an eye on us. What he was planning to do. And that's all I know. What are they planning to do with a bunch of homunculi and, harvesting mana? Did you think you can keep hiding it forever? I knew it would come out as the investigation progressed. But know anything I would say now would sound like an excuse. The fact is, I lied to you. If you feel you can no longer trust me, I'll remove myself from the team. Difficult to adjust this right now after hearing it, but I won't lie, I'm shocked too. I think we all need some time to think, time to face this new truth and sort out our feelings. After that, it's up to you to decide what to do about Nina's situation. For now, I will check on whether the information you found at the man of transporting fairness gives us other leads. Nina, just to confirm, you don't know anything about the Recollection Cocoon Project, right? Recollection, isn't that a type of memory? What are they planning to do with a bunch of memories in a cocoon? Are they planning to awaken something from it? Like the resurrection of the Empire? That they need a bunch of homunculi for? Oh no. I don't. The first time I heard it about it was at the furnace just like everyone else. I do wonder what the project would require the use of homunculi, though. That said, I suggest some places that might provide some more information, really. Yeah, I visited the Aruma region several times in the past. There's a large commercial district to the east. I also remember it bustling with people. I'm sure we can find more about the past civilization there. Commercial district, that might be good. Hey, Alchemist, don't just blindly trust what she says. There's no guarantee she's not lying. I still don't trust you. Rutger, I think Nina might be telling the truth. But I fully understand the way you feel. I have been lying to you all this time, even though you treated me as a friend. Yeah, man, I'll leave the investigation of the commercial district to you. I still believe you can trust Nina's word and go together. Alright, you're done. Alright, you're done here for now. You're all dismissed. Dismissed me too. Aren't you gonna detain me or something? If I was gonna detain you, I would have done so already. Your fate depends on your decision now. But please stay in the base during your free time. As a research team member, I have a lot of questions to ask. Oh, no. No objections, right? We're all done here. Alright, so one of our party members turns out to be an artificially created human. With a, perfect body. That's... Alright. Oh, you found a good plate. Is it made out of the same clay that, made, Placta's, doll body? Or is that something different? I remember Placta, has a body that's basically all machinery and, special alchemical clay. Kind of thinking it might be kind of the same thing. Now, what kind of explain why Nina's, attacks are all magical, as well as why she's in the opening of, the third region. That's quite a lot. By the way, thank you, Wayward Son. I gotta thank you again for following. Even if you're no longer here. Alright, now I will go back to Atelier. Alright, now. We certainly went through a lot today. We certainly went through a lot tonight, so I'm gonna, I'm gonna save. I did do a lot of exploring. Right, I need to find out where getting berserkers are. I need to find out where getting berserkers are and finish up, my pioneering efforts. I also need to find those, keys to, unlock those treasure troves. And hopefully and it seems like we're gonna lead up to a confrontation with Corleonis. Alright, could you please hurry up? Hey, could you please hurry up, please? Alright, could you please hurry up? Alright, what's going on with Twitch today? Come on, man. Come on, I know you can do better than that. Alright, now, how about we raid AOL Lynn? Let's do that. Alright, let's raid AOL Lynn, yeah. Alright, remember today's raid message is Moon Bat Raid. Remember to fly like bat and shine like the moon, for weird stuff dreams are made of. Goodbye.